Hello everybody, welcome to Heavenly Album Covers. Today we're going to cover books about album covers. I figured we should be on the same page as this channel progresses. Since the channel is all about album covers, we should maybe look at some books about album covers so that we're on the same page. I think that explains it. So let's get going. First is the standard book on album covers, put together by Michael Ochs. Michael Ochs, he collects and sells photographs, all sorts of photographs. He's also the brother of Phil Ochs, the old folk singer. But this is the book to have. 1,000 record covers. It's got a ton of them in here, and they're all arranged chronologically from about the 40s and 50s up until, I don't know, maybe the 90s, 80s or 90s. This is the one to have. You can find this anywhere. And along with that, we have a smaller, condensed version. I'm not sure how many album covers are in this one, but it's kind of the best of the 1,000 record covers book. And let's move on to another album cover book that's pretty common. It's by DiFonzo. And the strange thing about album covers is a lot of people tend to categorize them into good or bad or worst or most horrible album cover. Personally, I just think they're album covers. Album covers are album covers. But this is a part of a short series that was put out about the worst album covers, and I guess there's some interesting ones here. I don't know if they're the worst, but it's always great to see album covers in book form. So this is common. I think there's a second volume somewhere, maybe even a third, I don't know. This book covers the work of Alex Steinweiss. It says he was the inventor of the album cover. I'm not so sure about that. I think prehistoric men and women had something to do with the album covers that we now know and love. But Steinweiss was a great designer. Some of his first designs were done in the 1930s, and a lot of jazz, a lot of easy listening vocal album covers, opera covers. He had great precision and great compositional skills. So that's called For the Record by, I don't know who it's by, but it's about Alex Steinweiss. Here's another book, a niche album cover book, covering a specific category of album cover. This would be risque or maybe naughty album covers. And but that's by Tim Obrien and Mike Savage. This book you can find anywhere also. I was looking through this book last week quite a bit. It's better than I initially thought it was. It's by Storm Thorgerson and Aubrey Powell. And let me clear my throat. It's an overview of what they think is the 100 best album covers of all time. And it has a little bit of trivia about each album. Design trivia and trivia about how the albums were put together. It's very good. Again, you can find this online, eBay, in your bookstore. This is not a white album cover. This is the cover for the artwork of Barney Bubbles. His real name was Colin Fulcher. He was a designer for Stiff Records, for the group Hawkwind. He did graphics for Brinsley Schwartz, the band, and tons of other people. He did all the whoops, let me get it out of here. He did all the graphics for all the well-known Stiff Records albums. There's Hawkwind. He did posters, he did promo material. Amazing artist. He did covers for Elvis Costello, Ian Dury, everybody, The Damned. This is the original version of the book. The author is Paul Gorman, and he's put out an updated, slightly different version of this book, which is a lot cheaper than this version. I think this version is out of print, and you can get the new version on Amazon, eBay, that kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of compact disc cover art, but this is a very good book. It's don't even know if it has an author. We'll find out later. I'll put that in the sidebar. But it's got some CD formatted artwork. The problem with compact disc artwork is it's shrunk, so it's very small, so you can't really can't always make out the graphic details. But this is a good book. I think it's just called CD Jacket Collection, and this one's a little bit hard to find, but you can find it. Here's another book by Storm Thorgerson. It's I think it's specifically about his album covers and design work. It's very good. It's very artsy. A lot of text. It's got early versions of well-known covers. Here's the original Peter Gabriel album cover before it was made into grayscale. And here's all the Polaroids that they took in order to get the album cover art. Very interesting. And so that's called Eye of the Storm. Good book. A lot of text. And finally we have these two albums put out by Research a long time ago. And these cover record covers, the artists behind the record covers, interviews with artists and musicians. These books are good to have. One of these contains an interview with Lux Interior and Poison Ivy from The Cramps. It's one of the best music interviews I've ever read, and I think it's in either 2 or 1. But these are a must-have. You got to have these. They're a lot of fun, very lighthearted, and a lot of artwork, a lot of information. So those are the books, and this is the end of another episode of Heavenly Album Covers. I'll see you next time.